Take a seat. And then our second panelist is a celebrity hairstylist. You might know a few of his clients, like the Kardashians, no big deal, and the Jenners and Kristen Cavallari. So he is responsible for making all these celebrities look fabulous. Scotty Cunha. Okay. So let's do, obviously that was a very quick intro. So Erica, if you want to tell us more about yourself and how you got started.
So I started as a personal stylist, and then I started my blog as a hobby, to give clients style tips, and my blog has always been about style tips and just having women dress, and men too, the best they can to give them confidence. And I went on Instagram, and my page just really, a lot of people responded to it, and so now I'm actually doing blogging full-time, pretty much. I do styling here and there, but it's more blogging.
Congratulations. It's a big deal. And then Scotty, tell us a little bit more about yourself too.
Hi.
He's so cute.
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
This is cute.
Picture everyone bald,
I know.
right? Instead of naked, is that like the hairstylist version?
No, bald is bad. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. Hi, I don't know. I'm originally from Rhode Island, and I moved to the West Coast when I was about 19 years old. I'm 32 now. I'm devastated about it. I'm turning 32 next month. And so I've been kind of doing hair for about 12 years now, and I was an assistant for 4 years, and then I started at the salon Andy Lecomte, where I met, Miley, and I went on tour with Miley, and then after that, I met my agent, who saved me from that, and then I met the Kardashian and Jenner girls, and I've kind of been working with them for about 5-6 years now, and it's been really amazing. I'm so lucky. I have the best job in the world. I can't even believe that I get to travel the world and still complain about flying coach and, all that stuff. So I'm very lucky, and yeah.
Very cool. Okay, so we're going to get into networking and how you, became who you are. Networking's so important, so it's great that you guys are here. It's the perfect time to network.
Thanks
so make
for being here, everyone.
Yeah. So do some networking afterwards. So Erica, tell me about how you meet people and just little tips for that.
So I first want to say, I was here 2 years ago in the just in the audience, and so it's really cool and honored to actually be on the panel. So networking, I have to say that's my number one downfall. I'm not good at networking. And you know what? And if you're not good at networking, it's not going to kill you because I'm doing awesome. So for those guys who are just I'm not a go-getter, I'm not that way. If you put out really good content, people respond to it. What I would say is that building relationships is extremely important. So the people who reach out to you, you have to excel at it. You have to go above and beyond what they expect. And that's how you build relationships and keep growing and get more collaborations. So honestly, I don't reach out to anyone. Everything that's come to me has come to me, which I'm really lucky to be in that situation. But I'm just saying, if you guys, because everyone has, people are good at one thing, people aren't good at another thing, and networking is actually my number one downfall. But I'm still doing awesome.
Growth for it too. I mean, one of my friends, she's a very successful blogger, and last year I remember sitting with her, and she said the same thing as you, but you can actually force yourself to go after it because, that is very lucky and amazing, but that doesn't happen all the time, guys, at all. So she made a goal last year that I helped her with. She had to take at least one person, whether it was a blogger or a publicist or someone, to coffee or drinks. I recommended drinks because with cocktails, it's always easier, just as Scotty can attest. Yeah, just a little bit of rosé, right?
Yeah.
So if you're not good at networking, you already killed it, but if you're just starting out, it's a really good idea to kind of just put in that extra effort. It doesn't have to be every week. It could be maybe once a month.
And for styling, is my styling business, that was important to network and meet people, go out to attend events. because you can't be by yourself and try to be a stylist. So I'm a personal stylist, so it's definitely different than celebrity. But you still have to meet people and business people, and a lot of times I would do stuff for free in the beginning, just to get referrals and stuff like that to kind of grow. Yeah.
How about you? Obviously, you have to network if you're a
I'm
Kardashian
so good
boy.
at networking. I'm literally Miss America. I'm so nice to everyone. I comment on everyone's Instagram. And
That's actually a really good point. It doesn't have to be. I was saying that's a great point.
Yeah,
It doesn't
of
have to be
course.
in your face networking.
No, oh my God, I comment on everyone's Instagram. I tweet everyone. I say hello. I'm always smiling. I think that's important too, to just kind of be like open and very, nice and just kind of, just also be yourself. That's one of my favorite things for me. I try to be myself at all times. So also I'm exhausted from work or something, but I'll still go out. Some people call it thirsty, but it's fine. I'm okay with that. And I think it's part of the job as well. I have a small group of clients that I always work with, and I think kind of the networking part of it, or with your clients, where you are with your clients all the time, and you only have time for those clients. So it's really a thing where if you're with your clients all the time, you kind of become friends with them, and that's kind of how that happens too, where you have relationships that are more than just doing hair and styling and stuff like that. And I think that when you have those clients, you become friends with them as well. And so that kind of, goes into being friends with them and hanging out with them and networking and stuff like that.
Yeah, networking's kind of just being friendly,
Yeah.
basically. So you were saying, Erica, that you made it big. So when did you have that aha moment?
Do you say make it big?
Yeah, because you were saying, you're like, I made it big.
I'm not. I don't think I made it big at all. I think there's always the next step, and I don't know. I don't think there's really been an aha, like, wow. I think it's like I've had foot in the door moments. I would say like my first foot in the door moment was when I did a collaboration with Sony Pictures for the James Bond movie, and they wanted me to do a post about how I live like a Bond woman. And I thought that was pretty awesome because it's like I grew up watching James Bond, and I guess I never think about like doing like promoting a major motion picture like that. So that was like my first like, holy cow, like I guess like people know who I am, So that was the first.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
What about you, Scotty?
Let's see. I think one of the most major moments in my career was Kim Kardashian's second wedding in Paris. And it was so fun and so amazing. And I was with the whole family, and I really felt part of the family. And we had a week in Paris, and it was amazing. And we went to every restaurant. We went out every single night, and it was surreal. And you're in Paris, and people are getting married, and it was unbelievable. And I was doing hair, but I also got to hang out with everyone and have fun. And we raged, and we were having croissants every day and smoking cigarettes, being so Parisian. And it was one of the most fabulous moments of my life. Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
It was so fun.
So you already said a couple of different things, but obviously there's so many obstacles when you're climbing your way to the top. And as you said, like you're never totally there. And part of being an entrepreneur is always wanting more. And you just like kind of struggle with that. I know I do. So what are some ways that you recommend? Like what are some obstacles you've had and how you can overcome them?
Obstacles. I never. Obstacles. I guess I never really thought I was going to be a blogger. So I guess that was an obstacle right there, like kind of like, okay, I can do more blogging than I can personal styling. That can be a totally switch in what I was thinking I was actually doing, and kind of just going with the flow and stuff like that. I guess going with what life takes you and just, I don't know.
Obstacles. My biggest obstacle in my career is having to check my bag because I have all hair products. And it's so annoying. It really is. It's so annoying, especially to JFK because it takes forever to get, and they can't Uber. So I do love to travel for work, but no, I'm just kidding. I think there's obstacles every day with clients. If clients don't like what you're doing for them, or some, with hair and makeup and even styling, or you have to kind of mesh well with your client and know when you can be sassy with them. Like, I know when I can be the gay one and be like, your arms look fat in that. Or I know when I'm like, no, you look stunning. Like, oh my God, no, you look amazing. Like, you kind of have to, that's kind of an obstacle in itself where you kind of have to like think like, are we in the sassy mood, or are we in the like, no, you look amazing, don't worry. You're on, like, I know you're on your period. You don't look bloated, I promise. Or, if they're feeling good that week and we're juicing together, then I can say like, oh, yes, no, your arms look fat, like, don't eat tonight. Like, so I think that's kind of, you kind of have to like know what you're working with and not, I can be really sassy, but also I can be really sweet. And so I think one of the obstacles for me and throughout my career, I think it's kind of, you just kind of have to know who you're working with and know when to be appropriate and not appropriate.
You're so cute. So, okay, that brings up a really good point. So we're saying, you should maintain yourself, of course, but there are certain circumstances you have to act professional. So, like, how do you deal with when you're talking to clients versus do you have a support group that's outside of your entertainment world, or how do you do that balance in life?
Yeah, it's a hard balance. When you like have your own business, like we do, it's hard because you want to work 24/7, and like I literally work 7 days a week, and it's hard because you have to like almost just stop yourself because no one's telling you to stop, or there's no hours, and you can just work and work and work. I have a great group of friends that I can talk with and stuff like that.
You obviously came up here today.
But yeah, I'm actually, it's a hard balance.
Scotty was looking for his friends.
I know, I was looking for mine.
Oh,
They're over there on the ground.
Yeah, I guess that's like the biggest struggle when you do your own thing is putting limits on it. And yeah, I'm definitely working on that one.
Do you have any tips for keeping everything in line? Like, I know I'm crazy type A, so my calendar's color-coded, and I actually schedule in time for myself because I'll forget. So, like, that's one thing I do. Do you guys have any little tips?
I always try to take a vacation or something. I block off, like you said, we can work every single day, so I block off of us a whole summer, and I don't care what anybody says about it. Yeah, June. Yeah, my summer schedule right now is June 29th to August 19th, and I work every single day, so I feel like I really do deserve to have this time off. And of course, I'm gonna do people's haircuts and my friends blow dries while I'm away, but that's part of the job and my friends. So I just think you really need to take time for yourself and really like make sure that it's important that you take time for yourself. I think it's really important. I think working is amazing, and you really, there's gonna be someone who's always cuter and younger than you on Instagram who's DMing your clients and telling them to do their makeup or hair for free. But I just think you have to really be confident with yourself, and you have to. That joke didn't do well, I don't think. I was getting really good reactions until that.
Better than me.
I think you really have to just, be confident and really, really realize for yourself really realize for yourself that it is important to take time and for yourself. And if, you say no to one thing because you need a mental day or a health day or work, or you need to make it to Pilates, you have to like say, I need this time for myself. I think it's really important. And don't feel bad for taking time for yourself, ever. You need that.
It helps with creativity, too.
Exactly.
Because when you're just going and going and going, you can't be creative. And I find that, too. Like, every day I'm like, oh, man, I got to think of an Instagram post. Like, my life is like
so
Instagram posts. Like, that's what I do. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, what am I going to take a picture of today?
I know.
It's like all the time, and I didn't post anything today because I
Same.
just didn't have anything.
I'm dying to get verified on Instagram. Everyone, are you following me on Instagram, by the way? If you're not, it's the Scotty Cunha.
We have everything up there.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
We got everyone's Instagram up there.
Follow me on Instagram, Twitter. Go to stretto.com to buy this scarf.
Mine's not up there.
I
Mine's
designed
Sydney
them.
Summer.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, that's your scarf?
Yeah.
Oh, tell us a little bit about that.
So, as lovely as it is, blow drying hair every day, I decided to, one of my friends reached out to me and kind of wanted to start this website, kind of like an Etsy, where they had designers, and she wanted me to do hats, because I always wear hats. I'm not wearing hats today because I'm really feeling my haircut and my wet look. So, she was like, will you design hats? Like, we have this amazing manufacturer. And so I looked into it and I loved it and I was really obsessed with these hats and they came out amazing and I worked with the samples and the design of them. And then I'm obsessed with Saint Laurent, so they were doing scarves and all this stuff. And so then, I wanted to design a scarf to go on the hat that you could wear on the hat and then take off and, wrap around your neck and things like that. So we designed scarves. I went to the fabric store. I slept downtown. I found these fabrics. It was really fun. It was a creative outlet for me, just not, also my job is very creative, but it was just fun that I got to experience this kind of design aspect of my life that I didn't really know that I wanted to do, and it was really amazing. So, yeah, now I'm doing hats and scarves.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's really fun too, and so it's exciting to do something that just doesn't have to do hair, or I'm just not a hairstylist. I also am a designer and creative, and it's very exciting.
Like our generation, they're called slashers. It's like, I'm a blogger / YouTuber /
yeah,
everyone's
slash.
like, I'm a slasher.
I can't do YouTube. I honestly don't get it. I'm so bad at it.
You're so personable.
Really? I just
you'd
feel
be
like
good.
nobody wants to hear me talk this long.
Would you guys watch him?
I would watch it.
Oh my God, will you follow me on it if I do a YouTube channel? Okay, I'm so
I'll have
excited.
you on my
Okay,
YouTube.
Doing it later tonight.
Scotty, you're coming on my YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, can I be on your YouTube channel?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay, we're gonna have a clap. So, do you guys have any questions that you want to ask our panelists?
Oh my God, we're already at the question portion?
I don't know. I'm just trying to switch things up a little bit. I
Okay.
can ask more questions. I just didn't know
No,
if
I
any of
don't
you
care.
guys had anything you wanted to know.
You can ask any question.
No. Okay.
Everyone's
So
being shy.
we'll go back to Instagram then. Oh, yes.
Where do you begin to build your personal stylist? Where do I start?
So the question was, where do you go to build your personal styling business? Like, how did you start?
So first of all, I started out with a great website because I wanted to get that out there. That it looked very professional, and I think that was a great start. And then you have to kind of network with people. You can go to like business events in your area, stuff like that to just meet. Like I really wanted to concentrate like on the business professionals. That's what I like to style. And I do everyone. I do housewives to stuff, but you just need to network in that way. Is that answering the question? Or
Do you have any more questions? Yes.
Hi, Laurel Newns with Elevate My Brand. What's the best approach or your favorite approach for someone to address you for a partnership?
Did everyone hear that? So we were asked about partnerships. So
Money. If you have money, I'll be your partner.
yeah. So what's the best approach when people come to me?
Yeah, I know that you work with a lot of publicists that reach out to celebrity stylists in your categories, and there's a lot of fails when it comes to that. So kind of maybe some best practices and how to approach you.
So like I'm not really a celebrity stylist, so I can't really say that. As for like blogging and stuff, just people who have something new to bring to the table, a great brand or like a fresh idea is always interesting. Something different, something unique, something that stands out that you'd be like, oh, well, that's cool. I'm going to take a second look at it. That's what just keep it fresh and not just like a plain like email that is CC'd to a bunch of people or sent to a bunch of people. It has to be like specific. Say something nice about the person and compliment them. Make sure they know that they know who you are. you know who they're talking about, stuff like that. That is like, okay, she knows who I am, and just make it unique, I would say.
And I think it's really important that what you said about doing your homework. I was laughing with one of my girlfriends last night. Someone pitched her about being her agent, actually, and they're like, and I love that you have a little one. She doesn't have a baby. So it's like, yeah, you really want to be my agent. And I get that stuff all the time. It's like, dear blogger. And I'm
Right.
like, really?
Exactly.
You
That's
can't
what I
even write
mean.
my name? It's like,
Exactly.
okay. So I think it definitely helps when, like you said, tailoring it to the exact person. So it's like, why should, I don't know, like makes you want to give a little more when they put their work in.
For sure.
First of all, Scotty, can we be best friends? Because you're hilarious.
Thank you.
Channel all day long.
Thank you so much. I love you for making a comment and standing up.
But what do you think helped define you from going and just doing normal hairstyling to doing celebrities? Like, what was that defining moment that kind of helped boost you to that?
That's such a good question. I think from the start, I've always been myself, and so, I've just like, if I think something's funny or if I think, I've always been myself, and I think people really need to not, if they're inspired, it's great to be inspired by someone. I steal people's style all the time, and I, copy an exact outfit, and I put my like little twist on it or a scarf. Wink. So, and I think, there's ways to be inspired by people, but I also think that if you're genuine and you're really true to yourself and who you are and you act yourself and you be yourself, I think people really appreciate that. I think people really respond to someone who is genuine and themselves, and I think that it's hard in the world of, celebrity and working with people and being so intimate with people that you're doing their hair or you're doing their styling. I mean, you're with these people, sometimes like half naked. So I think that if you're yourself and people can trust you, I think that's really important. And from that, people will trust you forever and still call you 5 years later if you're unavailable for a job, or if you're working with another client and you have to say no to another client. People will always keep you in their mind, and you'll be able to work with that person for 10 years. You might not work with them every day because you're doing other things or starting other things, but that person will always remember you and think of you if you're your true, genuine, authentic self.
By the way, I follow your Instagram. Your photos are amazing.
Thank you.
I'm just wondering, you said that you work, 7 days a week, whatever. What is like a typical day as a blogger for you?
Yeah, a typical day is, as a blogger, if I'm not doing styling, which I'm mostly doing blogging now, I wake up, I think, oh man, what am I going to wear today for a picture? That's the first thing on my mind. I exercise right away because I think that kind of gets everything moving and going. I don't have time to do it very long, so I do like a 30-minute, really hardcore workout, and then I base my outfit on my Instagram feed. So I think, what colors would look good today? Stuff like that. What would look good? So I base my outfit off against Instagram, honestly. And so I take a lot of time on my pictures. So I think that's what really sets me apart, is because I always do quality over quantity. That was my thing. Like, I post once a day, really maybe 5-6 times a week. Sometimes I can't think of a picture, because it's hard to think of a picture and fit your outfit into a square. Like, if I don't have a blog post going on, which is a great day, I'm like, oh, go to my blog. I don't have to think of a picture that day, but every morning, what I'm wearing is what I'm wearing, and I take it that day, and I work it up. I decide, okay, this outfit is gonna look good me sitting on a rug, or this outfit's gonna look good me sitting in a chair, or how am I gonna take this to feature it the best way possible? Am I gonna stand against a wall? Am I gonna go out and take it? And then I work it up in Photoshop, and I work up my pictures. My husband really works them up for me most of the time. I start it out, and then he fine-tunes everything. But I take an hour, maybe 2 hours to make each picture perfect. Like, I'm a perfectionist when it comes to my pictures. I don't just snap it on my iPad and post it. That's not me. I want it to look beautiful. I think of it as art. I think of it as the best thing I can put out today. What am I going to do? I'm going to do one picture. What am I going to do? So I really work it up. So all the colors are what the outfit looks like. Because, sometimes you take pictures and it just doesn't represent the outfit. Maybe like my indoor pictures, sometimes my rug will look yellow. So I've got to take my rug out and make it look white. So anyway, that's why I think I grow a lot, is because I take that extra time to make everything look really pretty. I try to just make it look pretty the best I can. So it's like art to me.
Wow, that is a lot of effort into Instagram.
It is. It's a lot of
As a
effort.
blogger, I'm like, that's impressive. I've had this question before with people. So what do you differentiate for your Instagram photos versus your blog?
My blog, I think, is easier because I don't have to work up the pictures as much, actually. I take them and I can just because you're outside, so there's no rugs to make white. You know what I mean? There's nothing that has to be perfect. It's outside, so the blogs are easier, except that you have to write and link everything. My Instagram pictures, I just want them to be pretty. I just want my whole feed to look cohesive. So when people come to it, they look over it and then it just flows. Like, there's a nice story to be told. People can immediately tell who I am, because she's an edgy girl, she's takes pride in her pictures, stuff like that. I just want that to always come through.
I think there was a question over here. Yeah.
I was going to ask you about the feed specifically. I'm obsessed with mine too, and I'm always trying to find that cohesiveness in photos. How is there kind of design to it? Do you just go based off of colors, or are you just how do you flow them in together?
Yeah, it's colors. So I have a color palette that I like to keep a little bit on the cool side. So all my pictures are more cool toned, and then I also think about, so before I post anything, I'll put it into my feed where I can see what it's going to look like before I post it, so I know that it flows correctly. And then if it doesn't, then I'll jazz it up a little bit or whatever, or cool it down a little bit so it just has a nice flow to it. So yeah, I check before I post. And I don't always get it right. Sometimes I have to quick delete it and then post it again with a little change. And I think that's worth it, actually, because then you have a flow. Because you don't want one picture sticking out because whoa, that's super saturated and it doesn't flow in nicely. And I think it's just about a perception when someone comes to your feed that it's wow, this is a nice flow. This is just going, and she takes pride in it. So.
I Facetune every photo, and then I use ViscoCam and the same filter on every single one, and then I hit the Lux. So it if you have an easy thing that you can always do, Facetune, pick the same filter for every photo. Make sure you like it in the beginning because it's going to be the same filter you're going to have to use for the rest of your life. And then you do the Lux, and that usually adds a little bit of sass, and then you're oh, cute, and then it all looks together. So just get ViscoCam if you don't have it. Do you have Visco? Oh, T1 is the best. And then you just take it down a little bit to 6 instead of 12. And then you add a little bit one exposure. I do one exposure, and then I do one sharpen. And then when I make sure, you have to make sure your Instagram is all one square. I used to do square ready, but now I hate that. I think it's really good if it's a big picture. Mm-hmm. My friend told me that. So make sure it's the whole thing. Don't do any corners. If you can't fit in the photo, you have to take another photo. You have to make sure it's the thing. It's just move on. Those are my tricks anyway. Yeah. And I think these girls over here want our attention. They're so cute.
Do you have a question?
Okay, well, two questions. First, so I guess the beginning of your hairstyling and styling career, would you suggest doing free work? And if you do, how do you transition from taking some free work to being paid by the client who's doing free work?
So
I
hard.
get that a lot when doing makeup and stuff. They're always oh, well, I'll do it for free, but I'm eventually I need to get paid for it.
I know it's really hard. I mean, honestly, I think when I was younger, I was so eager, and now I'm kind of getting older, and I'm very lucky, knock on wood, and I'm so blessed that like I can say no to certain jobs. I think when you're starting out, yes, you do have to do free work and you have to work with that client. Fortunately, if your client really loves you and appreciates your work, and maybe if you say, no, I have to get paid for this job, and they, if you say no, they will work with someone and that person won't be you. So they'll be like, fuck, I have to fucking pay this person. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you honestly, you have to do the free work and you have to say yes. A lot, in the beginning of your career, you do have to say yes to a lot of things, but you get to a point where you've created your foundation of who you are and what you work for and how good your work is, and you have to stand by that. And if your client loves you and loves your work and you have to say no for one thing, they'll work with, you're not going to be the last person, you're not going to be the first person to work with the person or anyone, celebrity, friends, whatever it is. Hopefully that client will realize how important you are, and they will say, hey, like, I have to pay this person. And it will happen if you feel strongly about the work that you do and you take pride in it. It will happen for you. You will get paid for the work that you do. You deserve it. I didn't. I don't really do short hair, but no, I'm just kidding. I didn't do Chloe's bob, but I love Chloe and I'm obsessed with her blonde. She can't ever be brunette. We were looking at old photos. I actually was talking about how I did her hair when she was on the X Factor and it was brunette, and I thought I was so bad at doing hair, but I'm like, your hair was brunette and it didn't look good. Like, I'm so mad at you for torturing me. Like, it wasn't good on camera. Like, it was such a hard thing, Also, I'm very tousled, beachy, and it's hard on brunettes to do that on camera because it has to be polished, it has to be sleek. So, but anyway, I did not do her bob, but my friend Jen Akin did it. She's amazing too.
So I think we have time for one more question. Yes?
Hi, my name is Catherine, and this is a question for Erica. So, what are the key similarities and differences between personal styling and blogging, and what was the reason for transitioning to blogging?
Yeah, so I started as a personal stylist. I thought that's what I was always going to do. And then I started my blog as, like I said, maybe I said this, as a hobby to like set myself apart from other personal stylists in the area. And then I went on Instagram and people connected. And then it was just kind of like organic. I just grew. Not expecting to, not having any expectations for anything really. I'm just like, oh, cool, people like what I'm doing, that's neat. I'm like, oh, I'll take a picture of what I'm wearing today. Oh, people like that, okay, I'll keep doing it. So it was really organic, and then I decided to make the switch once I had companies approach me and wanted to work with me, and I could get paid that way, and then I can stay at home and have a even more flexible schedule than personal styling, which you already have a flexible schedule doing that, which is what I like, but it's even more flexible. So I just decided that, hey, maybe this is the way I'm supposed to go because this is just what's growing more than my personal styling business. And so that's why I just transitioned, and now I'm like, okay, let's do this blogging thing.
So I think, do we have time for more questions? Do you guys know? I don't know what time it is. 5 more minutes. Okay, so
Make it
any
quick.
more questions? Any? No? Yes.
It's okay, it's fine. I'm not a blogger. I'm just a boring hairstylist.
So boring.
Go ahead, Erica, take it away.
I'm wondering if you can share, I don't know if you want to give away your secrets, but if you can share, what apps you use to edit your photos.
Okay, you know what? I just
Don't tell
I will tell it. I will tell anything. You guys ask me. People always ask me, "How do you take that picture? That's such a strange angle." Well, my husband takes it. I don't take it.
I wish I had a husband.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm totally open to like sharing anything up. You know, I actually just work up everything in Photoshop. It's not an easy app. It's, you know, it takes time to learn. And honestly, if it wasn't for my husband who knows it super well, I wouldn't have as good of photos as I do now. I'm trying to learn it more so I can do it myself. But like he's really like helping me like get everything perfect. So we take the photo and we sit down and we work it up in Photoshop. So we do, you know, layers and masks and paint out everything. Sometimes we'll, you know, desaturate the background to make my outfit pop more, add some shadows to add more contrast to make the outfit pop more. But it's all Photoshop. It's not easy. It's not an easy app. Like I said, I work on my pictures for at least an hour each picture.
That's good to know. You know, I tried to copy one of your like leg and shoe photos.
Right.
It looks nothing.
You're right.
Girl, she was contouring that leg.
I do.
Honey.
I totally contour the leg.
Details.
It just makes it like look a little better.
I'm all for it.
Because
Facetune and details and shadowing and light.
Because it's what it looks like in real life, and you don't have I don't have perfect lighting. I take my pictures in my house, and I don't have like a setup, so lighting's not always perfect, and you have to mimic perfect lighting through Photoshop, and it's not cheating. I'm not like stretching myself or making my body look different than it is. That's the picture, but I'm working up the colors differently. Mm-hmm.
For anyone, what happens when you have a theme on your Instagram and you decide you just want to change it? Do you,
Gotta take the risk, yep.
Yeah.
yeah, you just go for it?
Yeah, go for the
Just go
leap.
for it.
It's like I had to post a video because I had to sponsor someone, so I was just like, fuck, I'll just post the video.
Yeah.
But then I like posted like 7 photos to make the perfect 6 perfect. So like if you have to post a video, just like post every single day, like or like 7 times, and you're like, oh, it's perfect again.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
You just gotta change it. Like I used to have a warmer feed that felt like a little more summery. I'm like, you know, I want to be cool and a little cool and cooler, like literally. So I just changed it kind of one day, you know. But I actually took it down gradually, like in that respect, because I didn't want it to be like a huge jump. But just like, you know, just within like 10 days, just change it up or something. Or if it's not like a huge drastic change, just do it. Add something fresh.
Okay, well, thank you guys, and you can follow everyone up there. And thank you for your amazing tips and everything.
Being here, guys. That was so fun.
Hey guys, thanks for watching and so glad that you're here. You could just take a moment and subscribe to our channel. You can do it by clicking here, over here, over here, or wherever that subscribe button is. Just click it. You'll get everything directly sent to you, first to know of all things Simply Stylist. Thank you so much, and if you don't, this dog is coming after you.